Well, hopefully we get a good game tonight. Well, hopefully we get a good game tonight. What's poppin', everybody? Let's get to it. Let's just dive right in. Let's just dive right in. Because I need something fun, good. Julius, Dante, and somebody got to show up. Somebody got to take it to this Thunder team here. It's got to be one of them. It's going to have to be one of yous. I don't even want to think about Knicks stuff. We're going to wait till tomorrow. Knicks in 6 or 7. Knicks in 6. It is what it is. Until they go down 0-3 or are officially eliminated, I'm going to keep the faith. Because what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Can't stop watching this team. You got to keep watching them. So I'm not going to think about it until tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, we will gather around yet again and watch this Knicks team go up against this Pacers team out there in Hicksville in Indiana. And hopefully they'll pull it out. Today, though, we're going to tune into this Thunder Timberwolves game. And hopefully the Timberwolves have some sort of answer. Because even though both of these teams, the Timberwolves and the Knicks, are down 0-2 in their respective series, the Timberwolves look like they have no chance against this Thunder team. They have gotten beaten down. This Timberwolves team looks like they have no answers. And so I need them to find an answer tonight. Whether it's Dante or Nickeil Alexander-Walker or Naj Reid remembering how to shoot a basketball again. I need one of them to find some sort of an answer. AP, buzzer beater was popping. Mark Avon, Justice's dad, of course. Shot callers. Big Rud. What's up, Big Rud? Daniel Berry Sports. Keith Modeste, of course. Lano Monas. Mark Avon. Appreciate y'all. Astra's Music Education. What's up, Astra? Is that Astra Cat? You know, Astra's Music Education. What's up, Astra? AB said, well, I guess the Knicks and the Wolves broke even in the trade. It's a good one, AP. That is a good one. Yeah, I guess so. Justice's dad said, Pacers are just fast and furious. They're fast, furious, and confident. And extremely well coached. Something that I wish I could say about the Knicks, but I cannot say that. I cannot say that about our Knicks. Mark Avon said, I mean, tomorrow is really the Knicks' shot. Yeah, I mean, you're down 0-2. If you go down 0-3, the series is effectively over, right? No team has ever come back down from 0-3. Like, will I keep the faith and say, oh, it's going to be us. We're going to make history? Sure, I'll put on that front. I'll put on that faith. You got to believe at some point in NBA history, a team will come back from being down 0-3. But if the Knicks go down 0-3 to Indiana, do I think that's going to happen? No. But there are games to be played. And as long as there are games to be played, you have a chance. And that's sort of the mentality I've always had. As long as there's an opportunity, you have a chance. AP said we need Rokas. Man, AP, we've been calling for Rokas for forever, right? Feels like we've been calling for Rokas Jokubaitis for forever, man. Forever we've been calling for this guy. But it doesn't look like he's ever going to come over. I mean, look, we said this offseason, hey, man, if he doesn't come over this offseason, he ain't ever coming over. Mark Avon is Astra. Just had to switch my account. I forget that, Mark. I forget that you're Astra Cat. But now Astra's Music Education? Is that you too? Is that you switched the account, right? Just that said, either way, we will be watching the Knicks until the end as usual. As usual. And, you know, when the time comes, we'll talk about off-season stuff. We'll talk about trade stuff, free agency stuff, all the likes, all the stuff. And we'll get to some summer content and whatnot. But Abe said, where is Rokas? He's out there playing. Is he still with Real Madrid? Is Rokas still with Real Madrid? Look him up right now. Keenar, what's up, Keenar? Yeah, this has been ugly. We've been done. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, they obviously had game one stolen from them. They were right there in game two, just couldn't clutch it out. So they're gonna go into game three, and you gotta look to take advantage of not going down 0-3. If you can come back to the Garden tied at two games apiece. You go into Indiana and you win two. That's the goal. That's the goal, right? So step one is to win game three. You take it one game at a time. You're not out until you're officially out. The mentality you have to have. Where's Rokas Jokovitis? He's a Lithuanian point guard. We know this. We know this. Recent game, he's with Maccabi Tel Aviv. This was his most recent game. Do we have box scores for this? He's in Maccabi, right? He is. He had 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist in 20 minutes. How old is Rokas now? I don't think he's ever going to come over at this point. He's a 6'4" point guard. We know this. We know all about Rokas. He is 24 years old. So I don't know. We're going to start the game off with a Chet Holmgren to Isaiah Hartenstein lob. Cool. AB said, I'm going down with the ship, Captain Brunson. You have to. Right? I mean, Brunson showed up the first two games as Edward misses a pull-up three. Hartenstein saves the ball from going out of bounds. Here comes the Thunder bringing it down the other way. You have to go down with Brunson. He's shown up the first two games. It's everybody else that's kind of been up and down. I've been extremely disappointed with Anunoby. I've been extremely disappointed with Josh Hart. And I've been disappointed with Tom Thibodeau the way he coached his series. So, AB said we can sure use that on our bench. Once again, Tom Thibodeau not playing people. Yeah. I don't care about the not playing certain guys. The only guy I'm like, why is he still out there is Campaign. Other than that, I understand not playing Sham, and I understand not playing some of these other dudes as J-Dub misses a three on the other end. But the only thing, and I'll harp on it time and time again, he has been so uncreative as Randall knocks down a jumper. Like to see it. He's been so uncreative with his lineup usage. Like, you can play 7 guys, but if you're doing that, it should be impossible for you to, like, have never played the lineup of Deuce McBride with the starters in for Josh Hart. Like, it should be impossible. It should be impossible as Lou Dort steps out of bounds on the three-point attempt for that to happen. And it's happened all season long, including the playoffs. He's playing 7 guys and yet has never gone. And I think it's been 6 total minutes here in the playoffs that he's gone to the Deuce McBride in for Josh Hart playing alongside the other starters. And guess what? That lineup is like a plus 20. Like a plus 20. Keenar said I never saw Rokas play. Rokas has played like a handful of summer league games as Randall knocks down 2 fadeaway jumpers out of the mid-range. Yes, sir. Julius showing up. Yes, sir. Do it to him. Tied at 4. Under 10 to go. He's solid. He would just be a really good backup guard. But, you know, I don't know. AB said 7 guys. It's 7 high-level guys, though. Randall, another fall-away foul line jumper. Looked like it got blocked. Nope, it didn't. It was just an air ball. Ball is going to go back to the Thunder. Mark said, going to be here all game even if we're down 40. I mean, you know I'll be here, so. Gobert with the steal out up top. Edwards leaning in, puts up the floater, gets it to go. Comes Minnesota. Here they come. I said this is going to be a sweep for OKC. I hope not. SGA up top being guarded by McDaniels. We saw McDaniels get extremely frustrated with the flopping that SGA has been doing. They get it out to J-Dub. J-Dub dancing with it. Kicks it over to Holmgren. Holmgren puts up the 3 over Randall. Can't get it to go. McDaniels with the rebound. He's going to push the other way against SGA. Crosses over on him. In the little mid-range. Puts up the floater. Gets it to go. There you go, Jaden McDaniels. There you go, brother. 8-4. 8-4. AB said OKC got to change the colors. I don't know why they went to the orange and blue. It's an uglier combination for the Thunder because they go with a lighter orange and a lighter blue. Like that's not how blue and orange work together, guys. They also throw some yellow in there. It's ugly. It's ugly. Their color combination is ugly. They should have stuck with some green, right? When they came from Seattle. So Randall in the right corner, high arcing three over Hartenstein. He can't get it to go. The Thunder coming the other way. 8-7 with under 8 to go. Mark Haven said, let's have a Randall night. Hartenstein throws it away. I would very much enjoy a Randall night. I would very much enjoy it. I'd enjoy literally anybody. DiVincenzo going off, Edwards going off. I need somebody to go off, though. Edwards gets a wide open left wing three. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Way to knock it down. Way to knock it down. I like to see it. Buzzbeater said, why did Randall play fewer minutes last game? Not a very good defender. Wasn't being very active. As Edwards just beats everybody to the ball, and he's going to get a big wide open dunk. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love to see it. Crowd is very much into it right now. Very animated. 6-point game. SGA up top, coming off a screen, attacking Gobert. Scoop away with the right hand. He gets it to go. Edwards coming to his left off the Gobert screen. Pocket pass to Gobert down the lane. He can't get the layup to go over Holmgren. You're too big to be missing layups. I know Chet Holmgren's a big, nice shot blocker and whatnot, but, like, you're too big. Like, that's a Nerf hoop basketball stuff. Like, I'm not missing that on a Nerf hoop. How can you miss that? You're 7'3", 7'2", however tall Rudy Gobert is with a long wingspan. He's got like a 9-foot, 8-inch reach. Like 4 inches away from the basket, just putting his hand up. How do you miss a layup like that? That's Nerf hoop basketball stuff. Randall one-on-one against SGA, loses it, picks it back up. He's in the lane, kicks it out to a wide open Conley for a three. He can't get it to go, but Gobert fighting on the glass, and he gets fouled. Halfway through the first quarter already, 9-13. Maybe said, I don't think Julius Randle or Dante would ever consider returning to the Knicks. I think Randle's going to the Detroit Pistons next year. I think Randle will go to the team that's willing to pay him the closest to the number he wants. If that's the Wolves, he'll stay with the Wolves. If that's the Pistons, he'll go to the Pistons. I don't know if that's the guy the Pistons want. I don't think so. But you never know. You never know. They'll have some money. They'll have some money. If you said Detroit has the money, do they? Do they? Well, they can get, even if they don't necessarily have the money right now, they could get the money. They're just trading maybe a couple of the guys on the contract they have. But the thing about it is, like, why would they want Randall? Maybe said they have a little payroll. It's not that little, though, anymore, AB. It's not that little. And they have guys they have to resign. They have guys that they have to resign. Tobias is still in the books next season for 26. Do they bring back Tim Hardaway? Maybe. Stewart's going to get 15. Cade's going to get 38. He's going to get the big bump next year. His first year with his rookie max extension. Do they bring back Dennis Schroeder? Like, these are questions they have to answer. Thompson still in his rookie. Holland still in his rookie. Ivy still in his rookie. Fontecchio is going to get $8 million next year. Beasley, do they resign? Do they resign him to a big number? Possibly. Probably. right? Who else are they probably bringing back? That's about it. So they should have some money, right? They should have some money. If the salary cap is 140 going into next year, well, that's this year. Next year they have 127 on the books, so they don't have a lot because they're gonna have to bring back Beasley, and then they'll have to make a decision on Schroeder and Hardaway. But if they really wanted to bring in Randall, they could. They just have to maneuver some of their larger contracts next year, but they wouldn't be able to bring back guys like Beasley or Schroeder, which would hurt their depth. It would hurt the things that help them play well. So I don't know if that's something that Detroit would want to do. It's a little difficult for y'all to see. My bad. Let's do this. Tay, what's up, Tay? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go to Indiana. We're gonna win 2 in a row, Tay. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. AB said, "What kind of money are we working with? We still have the mid-level exception." I don't know if we have the mid-level exception. I know we don't have. Oh, I can't show you that. My bad. I don't think we have a ton of money. I'll tell you that. Let's look it up. Knicks salary cap. We'll get to it after when we get to the next break. But Edwards fires a 3 and he knocks it down. All right. Anthony Edwards has it going tonight. I like to see it. Ant. I need somebody to show up. And Edwards knocks it away. He's going to get another wide open dunk. He's dominating the game early. He is dominating the game early. Hartenstein up top. Gets it over to SGA. A pull-up 3 for SGA. Way off. Even Chinzo with the rebound. An 11-point lead. A 9-point lead. Edwards coming to his left. Pump fakes. Tries to hit the pocket pass to Gobert, but he gets tripped up. Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Down but not out. Once not, we still have a chance. Yeah, we still have a chance. Buzzbeater said, should we go after Malik Beasley? I shouldn't say absolutely not, but probably not. Beasley is not the kind of player that the Knicks tend to go after. I don't think the Knicks would be able to afford him anyway. He'll likely get a nice big old contract this offseason. Maybe not big, but he'll get a nice contract. Be too expensive for the Knicks. Randall up top against Kason Wallace. Gonna look to dance with it, crossing over to his right down the lane. Kicks it out to a wide open Devo. Knock it down, Devo. And he knocks it down. Yes, sir. Beautiful pass from Randall and a timeout from OKC. Love to see that. 21-9. I love to see that. Buzzerbeater said, Beasley would give us more offense. Offense is not the issue, Buzzerbeater. The hell do we want offense for? This is a team that can defend. You talking about offense? Come on, man. We're not worried about offense. We got Bakum Dadier coming off the bench next year. I'm not worried about offense. Rasheem Banks, what's up, Rasheem? I don't understand why he doesn't play Precious anymore. Because Precious isn't good at basketball, brother. Precious is not good at basketball. That's why he doesn't play him. Buzzerbeater said, is Dante gone forever? Very likely, yes. Yeah, he's gone forever. Y'all just got to get over Dante, man. Get over it. Get over it. He's gone. He ain't coming back. He ain't never coming back. If he ever did come back, he would come back like 6 years from now, where he's no longer like a good rotational player or anything. He's gone, man. He's gone. Buzzerbeater said it was a bad breakup. Was it? Was it a bad breakup? He did his thing for a year. Not like he went out and was awesome this year. He was good. He was fine. Started to find his range a little bit. But he is back to being like a solid bench guy up. Nice role player. Last year was his career year. And I know people have made the arguments like, oh, if he was still with the Knicks, he would, still have played great. And, it was a Knicks thing. It was a Villanova connection. And that's why he's really struggled this year. And I don't doubt that played a large portion in his struggles this year. Like, no part of me this entire year was I like, man, I miss Dante. I haven't missed Dante one bit all year. Buzz Beater said they broke up the Nova Boys. He really didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave. He said multiple times I didn't want to leave. But it is what it is. That's basketball. Wish we never traded him, but like, you do what you got to do, brother. You do what you got to do. He said, I don't think I ever saw Tom Thibodeau play basketball in the NBA. I think he's been a coach my entire life. That's because he never played basketball in the NBA, AP. Good start for the Wolves, Mark. Good start for the Wolves. Solid. Solid start. Buzz said Josh Hart's not giving us anything. Not a single thing. Bad defense, no offense. Not even rebounding the way he normally rebounds. But Tom Thibodeau is going to continue to play that man 40 minutes a night. Right? And also never put in Deuce McBride into his spot. Even though it, by literally any analytical metric, says that it's the best, smartest thing to do. And yet, we don't get it. Here we go. Let's see how the Thunder respond after that timeout. J-Dub driving it down against Randall. Kicks it out. Wallace catches, pump fakes, drives down in the lane, throws the lob to Hartenstein. Hartenstein blows the dunk. You love to see Hartenstein struggle, baby. You love to see it. Edwards has it up top, dancing with it. Coming to is right off the Naj Reid screen. Edwards still dancing with it against Wallace. Kicks it over to Reid. Reid's going to look to dance with it against Caruso, and Caruso looks to pick his pocket, and they call a foul on Caruso. Hey, Cowboys said Mikal either. He's still in Boston blocking Tatum shot. I think Mikal has actually been one of the better, more consistent players in this series. He's actually shown up defensively a bit. I completely disagree, Tay. I think Mikal has been great. You're just scapegoating him because that's the popular thing to do when the Knicks struggle. Like, well, it's Mikal's fault. I don't think it's Mikal's fault one bit. Where the hell is OG Anunoby? He just got cooked. He just got cooked by Pascal Siakam. He's supposed to be our all-defensive team player. And he was getting cooked by Siakam all night long. He had no answers for him. And then wasn't giving us much offensively. Hit a couple of shots. The box score looked nice. But he was having no impact on the game. None. None whatsoever. Edwards on the right wing dancing with it against Hartenstein. They're looking to bring a double team because he's feeling it so much. Still dancing with it. Steps back, swings it out to Reid. Reid, a left wing three over Caruso, and he finally gets one to go down. Naj Reid. Finally. AP said of all the ex-Knicks left in the tournament, who's the one you're rooting the most against? Hartenstein by far. I'm rooting for everybody else. Like if it's not the Knicks, and, let's say the Pacers win, I'm happy for Obi. I'm happy for Obi Toppin. I always liked Obi. Caruso misses a three, but a loose ball violation on the Timberwolves, right? I'd be happy for Obi, right? If the Timberwolves win, I'd be happy for Randall and DiVincenzo. I would absolutely despise seeing the Thunder win a championship with Hartenstein. It would break my heart for that Benedict Arnold to be rewarded. It would break my heart. Rasheen said for $200 million, OG needs to step up. Yeah, even if he was making half that, you still need to step up. You are the premier go-to defensive guy in this series. You are supposed to be the best defensive player in this series, and he has gotten cooked these two games. He has been a non-factor these two games at all. It's been bad. AP said OG is probably hurt again. I don't want to hear that. Because not one single person ever even thought of mentioning that during the Boston series. I don't want to hear that. You're out there on the court. If you're hurt, then go sit down. If you're hurt to the point where you're hurting your team, then go sit down. Edwards a pull-up three, he can't get it to go. I don't want to hear that excuse making. Hattie, what's up, Hattie? SGA swings it out to Isaiah Joe, now over to Caruso. Caruso tries to get it back out to SGA, but knocked out of bounds by Alexander Walker. Hattie said, when Payne ran on the court and wiped the court with his face, I was done. Get him out. I'm with you, Hattie. I'm with you. When he just tripped over himself trying to push the ball in transition, as Rudy Gobert gets another steal on SGA, and he gets fouled by SGA. Wow, Rudy Gobert just taking it right out of the hands of SGA, of the MVP. OKC only having 9 points. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. AB said, yeah, Obi was definitely a fan favorite. I can't believe Leon gave him away for nothing. He had to give him away for nothing because he had no value at the time, and they weren't going to pay him. They were going to give him a contract extension, so they moved him. It's not like he didn't want anything for Obi, but Obi had no value. Obi wasn't a very good player at the time. They started, when he first got to Indiana, they put him in the starting lineup, and they were like, ooh, can't have this guy in the starting lineup. He's not good enough. He's a solid 15-minute a game guy off the bench. And that's about it. And that's great. That's great. But Anthony Edwards gets the rebound off the missed Gobert free throw as he split him. Edwards has it up top, being guarded by Wallace. Gonna dance with it. Coming to his left off the read screen. Euro stepping down the lane. Gets it knocked out of his hands. He's looking for a foul call. Joe has it on the right wing, gets it over to Caruso. Caruso swings it out to Wallace. Wallace catches, pump fakes, driving it in, kicks it out. Caruso, a wide open straightaway three, rattles it in. Timeout by the Timberwolves. And he said, this Pammy needs to go. We're trying, brother. We're trying. I don't know why all of a sudden my channel is being targeted heavily by these spammers, by these bot accounts. I don't know what it is. Mark said, don't want a Pacers championship. Me either, man. Me either. He said, I wasn't making excuses for him. I was applying Murphy's Law. Sure. I get it. Just Dad said, thing about the Pacers is they are doing what we wish the Knicks were and could. Yeah, the Pacers are a very, not just resilient team, but they don't rest on their laurels. And the thing about this Knicks team that has been frustrating all year is that they very much rest on their laurels. When it comes to certain situations where they're up 20, like, we don't feel safe with a 20-point lead because it's like, they're going to take their foot off the gas. They're going to take their foot off of the opponent's neck, and they're going to allow them to go on a run and get back into this game, you know? And that's been the most frustrating part all year about them. And it's rearing its ugly head again here in the playoffs. D. Grant said, Obi and Tibbs do not like one another after that blow-up when he went off on Tibbs. I think they like each other just fine. Alexander Walker misses a three, but Gobert right there with the offensive rebound and putback. And everything is coming up roses for Minnesota here tonight. Everything. AB said Tom Thibodeau killed Obi's confidence in Jacob Toppin. Jacob Toppin's not an NBA basketball player. That was a favorite to the Toppin family. And Obi Toppin, you could say, had his confidence killed. But in order to play, you have to play defense. And Obi Toppin was not playing any defense to start his career. If anything, Tom Thibodeau was building Obi Toppin's confidence back brick by brick. He is the player he is today because of Tom Thibodeau. And himself, of course. But Tom Thibodeau had a huge impact in the way he developed. Holmgren's going to fire a three and breaks it off the back of the rim. Can't get it to go. Naj Reid with the rebound. It's a 15-point lead for Minnesota. Here comes Edwards. Hattie said something up with Big Cat. The game pace changed. I like Deuce and Mitch in. Yeah. At least one of them is Alexander Walker hits a three, and it is an 18-point lead for Minnesota. Holmgren bringing it down against Gobert. Spinning to his left. Down the lane, goes up, and gets a two-handed slam. Terrible defense from Gobert. Terrible. Rasheen Banks said, I'm not rooting for anybody but the Knicks. I'm rooting for good basketball. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm also rooting against Hartenstein. Absolutely rooting against him. Ernest Cash. What's up, Ernest? Alexander Walker up top. They get it over Isaiah Joe. He fires a three. Can't get that one to go. Naj Reid with the rebound. Here comes Edwards. Edwards has it up top. He's going to dance with it. It's already a 16-point lead. Can he extend it? A pull-up three. 19-point lead. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. DiVincenzo's in the backcourt trying to get a steal. He knocks it out of bounds, though. SGA has it up top. And an 8-second violation as they were trying to bring the ball down the court. SGA was walking it, and they gave him the 8-second violation. Oh, my goodness, brother. They are not locked in right now. And the Wolves are. Rasheen said, I'm just a diehard, but I think Julius Randle deserves a ring. I'm a diehard basketball fan, brother. Knicks are my team for sure. But I love me some basketball. They get it into Edwards. Can they get the 20-point lead at the end of the first quarter? Edwards is going to drive it down and gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throw. Uh-oh. No blood in the water for OKC here tonight. Ernest Cash said they won 2, they need 2 more. I like you thinking, Ernest. I like you thinking. Mark said, what the Wolves are doing is what the Knicks got to do tomorrow. Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. Do I believe that they can do it? I believe that they have it in them. Do I believe that they will come out with the same sense of urgency that this Wolves team did? I will believe it when I see it. Because this team has given me no reason to trust them this season. Justice is that said the grind of a professional athlete is not fun, and the toll they take on their already God-given talents are something most of us can't imagine. Yeah. The schedule was insane. But I would gladly take on the grind and the strain and their schedule for that kind of a paycheck. I would 1,000, 10, 100 times out of 100. I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. So they are very much well compensated. Even people on the lower end. Right? Even people on the lower end. AP said, I'm a TV junkie. Maybe I don't go out like I used to back in the day. It's expensive to go out now, man. Like, just to do anything. It's expensive to go to a bar. It's expensive to go out and eat at a restaurant. Like, it's not even worth it anymore. Not even worth it anymore. AB said, can you repeat that again? Oh, about the Knicks? They haven't given us any reason to believe that they will have the sense of urgency that they need to have in Game 3. because they should have had that sense of urgency in Game 2. Because unlike the Timberwolves, they are not going back home for Game 3. They're going to Indiana for Game 3. So they should have had that sense of urgency for Game 2, and they didn't have it. Oh, he was talking to somebody in the chat. My bad, AP, my bad. Zero Tolerance Bully Kendall said, if the Knicks get bounced, I'm rolling with the Pacers. Keep the title in the East. I don't know who I would be rooting for. I don't think I'd be rooting for anybody. I think I would be rooting against OKC if OKC makes it. Rooting absolutely against OKC. It's really the only thing I care about right now, right? It's the Knicks winning and the Thunder not winning. Those are the two things I care about. Buzzer Beater said, if they have Reggie Miller on the broadcast, they should have John Starks with him. That's not even a bad idea, Buzzer Beater. Not even a bad idea. But what should happen is they should just take Reggie Miller off the broadcast. I think Reggie's very good at that job anyway. I don't. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Minnesota has some dog in them. Yes, they do. I hope the Knicks also have some dog in them, but I'll believe it when I see it, right? We will believe it when we see it tomorrow. Hattie said 5-1 on the road so it could happen. It can happen. It can. Listen, the goal right now was to go and win Game 3, and then go win Game 4, and then you're coming back to the Garden tied 2-2. No one thought this was going to be an easy series. So if you come back to the Garden tied 2-2, anything can happen. And then obviously it's now a best of 3. Then it just becomes a best of 3. Abe said, I'm not rooting for anyone that's not us. Yeah, I'm not rooting for anyone, but I am rooting against Hartenstein. That's the only thing else other than the Knicks winning I want to see. I want to see Hartenstein lose. Abe said, the New York Liberty are the best team in the New York State. Yeah, I mean, they're the only team in the state that are reigning champions. So, Yankees don't have no claim. And by the way, I'm not repping the Knicks tonight. I'm repping the Yankees. Repping the Yankees. Anthony Edwards with 16 first quarter points. The Thunder with 14. By the way, he did hit that last free throw, giving them the 20-point lead to start the second quarter. Josh Minot is in the game. He's down the lane. He draws a foul, and he gets the and one. Yes, sir, Josh Minot. Way to get into the game. That's not Josh Minot. That's Terrence Shannon Jr. My bad, y'all. My bad. Just as that's totally on board with any team but OKC. Yeah, me too. If it's not the Knicks, then it's anybody but OKC. Minot knocks down Minot. I keep calling him Minot. Terrence Shannon Jr., the rookie, knocks down the free throw. And one free throw. That kid is a bucket. That kid is a bucket. Wallace has it up top. Coming to his left. He gave it to J-Dub. Down the lane, big man Jay Will. Can't get the 3 to go. Comes Alexander Walker, hands it off to Conley. Conley swings it out to Terrence Shannon Jr. Hands it off to Reed. Reed off to Randall. Randall over to Shannon Jr. He's going to drive it down, mid-range pull-up jumper. Oh my goodness, the rookie. The rookie. Amy said, yeah, man, I heard he derailed everything we were trying to do here. Yeah, they gave him his opportunity. They put him in a position to be the player he is today, and he rewarded them by saying, nah, I'm good. They were going to make him the starting center of a championship contending team as the New York Knicks starting center. He would be immortalized in NBA history if the Knicks ever won a championship with that guy as the starting center for the team that broke the 52-year curse, the 50-plus-year curse. And he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go be the backup center in Oklahoma City and be forgotten to NBA time. Like, all right, dude. Awesome. Have fun with that. Go have fun with that, you Benedict Arnold. I knew you wasn't built for primetime. I knew you wasn't built for the big stage like that. I knew you couldn't handle it. Right? I knew you couldn't handle it when you got into the series against Joel Embiid and got absolutely cooked. And I knew he couldn't handle it, especially when even though they just survived that off the back of Mitchell Robinson coming in and showing him exactly how to do his job, when Miles Turner in the following series absolutely cooked him. Absolutely cooked him. And then with Robinson going down with the injury, as J-Dub drives it down. Can't get the shot to go, but he draws the foul. He did hit 2 free throws before as well. So I knew he wasn't really built for prime time when he got cooked in the playoffs 2 series in a row. He needed backup. He was like, I can't be the guy, so I'm just gonna go be the guy behind the guy, right? I'll ride the coattails of Chet Holmgren and J-Dub the whole way, so I don't really have to do much. I mean, what a loser kind of mentality he's got. Buzzer Beater said, if the Knicks lose, I don't really have much interest in the remaining teams. It's crazy to me. This is some good-ass basketball right here. J-Dub knocks down both free throws. Oops. Points to the wrong side. My bad. 18-39. And a backcourt violation to the Timberwolves now. That was Alexander Walker. Handed it off to Randall before he crossed the half-court line. That's on Alexander Walker. Even Chinzo's going to sub back in. Keenar said, yeah, but we weren't perfect. Quentin Grimes for Alec Burks and Bogdanovich is not going to go down in history well. Why not? Perfectly fine trade. The only issue is that Bogdanovich got hurt. The only issue with the trade. And an offensive foul and big man Jay Will on the moving screen. That's the only reason why that trade didn't work out the way it should have worked out. Is Philadelphia's dirty-ass team injured Bogdanovich, rolling on his ankle. Don't be fooled by March Quentin Grimes going off and having like 3 or 4 40-point games. Don't be fooled by March basketball, role-playing March basketball players going off on teams with nothing to play for. Conley with a pass fake down the lane, flips it up the right hand. He can't get it to go. D. Grant said, I have to disagree with you. If I was Hartenstein, I would have taken the bag myself. Money is the driving force. Do you think he wasn't going to make a ton of money as the starting center in New York on a championship contending team, brother? These guys make more money outside of their contracts than they do with their contracts. He would have made so much money off endorsement deals. Look at Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns. These dudes are on the cover of Slam magazine. These dudes are doing commercials. He could have been a part of that. He could have been getting the bag off the court too. But instead, he wants to go live in the middle of nowhere to be a backup. He would have never had to pay for a meal in New York ever again in his life. Knicks players are getting streets named after them. And you talking about Hartenstein making another $12, $14 million to be in Oklahoma. Like he couldn't have made that off the court. If money was really a driving force like that, he would hustle and get the bag off the court with endorsement deals. But he's not doing that because he's really not about the money. He did not want to be a part of New York. Don't believe when he goes to the media after the trade and he's like, oh, no, it was so difficult. New York was like family. It was such a hard decision to make. Shut up. No, it wasn't. You knew you was getting out of here. You knew you didn't want to be a part of New York. You were waiting for that offer from Oklahoma City. Because if you really wanted to be here, you would have taken the money. As Conley steps back and knocks down a 3. There you go, Mike Conley. AB said maybe his wife didn't like the big city. His wife is a model. AP, his wife is a model. New York is where she probably needs to be the most. She's probably spending her off time in New York. When he told her, and we might have to go to Oklahoma City, she was like, what? She was probably like, what? Buzzer Beater said $12 million is a lot. Is $12 million a lot when it's 76 million or 72 million to 90 million? Like, is it not somewhat negligible at that point? Because, like I said, that $12 million can be made up and off the court dealings. Buzzer Beater said, where'd it go? $12 million is a lot of money. Oh, I read that one already. Yeah, but like I said, so many more opportunities elsewhere. Another turnover for the Thunder. Here comes Terrence Shannon Jr. It's the layup to go. 24-point game. Another timeout. I like to see it. I like to see it. We're going to get to halftime. If they're still blowing them out, we might have to end it early. We might. We'll see where we're at. Yak said, Cat and Mitch way better than Hartenstein and Mitch. I don't know about that. Yak. The defensive liability that is Karl-Anthony Towns is getting rough. The further you get in the playoffs, it gets rough. Also, the injury concerns with Karl-Anthony Towns. He had a healthy year this year, but he was dealing with some knick-knack injuries throughout the year with the knee thing and the hand thing, and it's like you also have to take that into account. Just as his dad said, Hartenstein said he's on a more legit team with OKC. Yeah, exactly. He did not want to be a part of New York. And he tricked a large portion of the fan base with those little crocodile tears about how much, oh, I love New York. Oh, it's like family over there. No, it wasn't. Stop lying. Trying to ingratiate yourself to the fan base and get them thinking that you still like them. You don't. You did not want to be here. You did not appreciate your time here. Get him out of here. He's a Benedict Arnold. If he wanted to be here, he would still be here. Just as his dad said, with the internet models bank from anywhere nowadays, not true. Those are internet models, not actual models. You are not doing professional photo shoots in Oklahoma, brother. You need to get to one of the coastal cities. You need to get to LA, or you need to get to New York. She can do part of her job remotely. But if she's trying to advance her career, she got to be in New York, brother. Or LA. Not in Oklahoma, I'll tell you that. D. Grant said, I guess you are right about the money. Yeah, Hartenstein could have made it up on endorsements. Did not think about that. I mean, look, a lot of tax in New York, obviously. A lot more money it's going to cost them to live in New York and whatnot, but like literally the epicenter of the world in New York, and you could have made as much money as you want to make off the court. If money was really a driving factor, this is why I hate the money argument. Because if it was really a driving factor, like, oh, he had to take the money, you can't turn down that contract. You can. Because the other contract, it's not like the Knicks were offering, $30 million less. What is Hartenstein's contract? The Knicks offered $72 million. That was the most amount of money they were allowed to offer. They were legally allowed to offer by the league with the way it is set up. And he signed an $87 million deal, so $15 million difference. That can be made up in endorsements. That can be made up in off-the-court stuff, right? So if it was really about the money, if it was like, hey, I can't turn down that money, that's a large amount of money, $87 million. If he was really about the grind of making as much money as possible, you do that in New York. It's literally the best spot to grind out money for endorsement deals off the court. He would be making more than what he's making now in Oklahoma. It wasn't about the money. He did not want to be a New York Knick. He wanted to get into the middle of nowhere because he's a small town dude. And fine, that's fine if that's what you want to do. But don't try to gaslight the Knicks fan base into thinking, no, I really wanted to be in New York, but I can't turn down that contract, guys. Like, no, man, you didn't want to be a Knick. Just be honest. I lost so much respect for Hartenstein when he started going that little press tour about how difficult it was to leave the Knicks and make that decision. Like, it wasn't difficult. Like, stop trying to gaslight people. I hate liars. Just be honest. Just be like, hey, look, man, I appreciate my time in New York, but I'm a small town kid, and with the possibility of going to a team that's just as good with an up and coming roster to go over there and you know be a center over there, like it just fit right for me and my lifestyle, my family's lifestyle. But he didn't say all of that because he's a liar, and I can't vibe with that. Shannon down the lane, if he knocks that down, missed it. AP said iHeart was political correct because OKC's going to cut him next year. They're not going to cut him. They're not going to cut him. They have so much cap space, it makes no sense to cut him. But he doesn't even have control over his his future because only the first 2 years are guaranteed with Oklahoma City. Only his first 2 years are guaranteed. His third year, it's not even a player option, it's a team option. He gave up control of his career for that. K. Hazy said, love a good Hartenstein rant. And I'm always up for it, K. Hazy. I'm always up to dance on the grave of Hartenstein. I hate it. I hate him with a passion. Because his excuses don't pass the vibe check with me. Not one bit. Not one bit. Najee knocks down a sweeping hook shot, and it is 20-48. It's almost a 30-point game as SGA crosses over down the lane, kicks it out. Aaron Wiggins a three. He rattles it in. Oh, my score is way off, y'all. My bad. Conley's going to fire a three, try to get it right back. Oh, and he gets it right back. He gets it right back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. You love to see it. Only the Knicks had this in them. Keenan Rice said, yes, so the key is how much money is the first 2 years. The first 2 years, $58.5 million. $58.5 million. The Knicks guaranteed him $72 million. The Thunder only guaranteed him $58.5. So he actually signed for potentially less money to go play for Oklahoma City if they decide to not pick up his team option, which they likely would to get him back up to the full $87 million. But like, come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? Really? Hazy said, this is the fight we want. Yeah, you need to be able to come out and send out a message and send out a statement like, hold on. We're still that team. Like, we're back into it. Here we go. And the Knicks need to do that. The Knicks need to do that. Nick Yak said, nowhere near top 50 Nick. Hartenstein? He's not even a top 100 Nick. He might not even be a top 200 Nick. I got Mindaugas Kuzminkas over Hartenstein. I got Mike Sweetney over Hartenstein. You know, I said, right, so he makes 58.5 in 2 years. All he has to do is make $14 million in year 3, and he has the edge on the Knicks offer. Sure. But if it was about the money, he would have made more money in New York. So if it was really about the money, he would have made more money in New York. All these excuses don't pass the vibe check. Because if it's about the money, then go get money. Then go hustle and go get money. You know, I said Mike Sweeney is not over anyone in Knicks history. Nobody. He's over Hartenstein. Hartenstein all the way down here. Mike Sweeney, he not up here. But if Hartenstein's here, Mike Sweeney's right here, right above him. Right above him. AB said he would have had a job here for life. He would be 37 years old, still getting contracts with the Knicks if he was the starting center on a championship contending team. Because he's a really good, really smart basketball player. He would have a contract here for life. But instead, he decided to go in the middle of nowhere. One of the smallest markets in the NBA. AP said, is right. Look at Brunson, Josh Hart on TV everywhere now. Everywhere. Every other commercial feels like Josh Hart and Brunson are showing up. Holmgren has it up top. Let's see if the Thunder can respond. They get it into Hartenstein, and he throws down a two-handed slam. And he gets fouled. Yak said Hartenstein, 11 points at best, 8 rebounds, and can't defend big traditional centers. He got cooked in the playoffs. It was embarrassing. When he was out there, it was embarrassing. Mitchell Robinson, if he doesn't come back, if he doesn't rush back from the injury, as Hartenstein misses a free throw, love to see it. If he doesn't rush back from the injury, the Knicks don't win that Philly series because Hartenstein was a complete non-factor. All he did was get in the game and pick up 2 quick fouls against Embiid. That's all he did in that series. Get him out of here. Hart said 58.5 over 2 years is better than 72 over 4 years. 72 over 4 years guaranteed. So he could get hurt for those 2 years, not play ever, and still get the $72 million. So you gave up more money just because you would get it over a longer period of time, which, by the way, is more security. Do you think he's going to sign a larger contract than the one he signed with OKC? Because I don't. I think this might be the largest contract he ever gets. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell, but just because you get the money quicker does not mean it's better. If the $72 million is guaranteed. You might have to go back to financial school, Kinohara, because if somebody said, hey, I'll give you $58.5 million as SGA travels with it, if someone told you, Kinohara, hey, I'll give you $58 million, but you get it at the end of 2 years, or I'll give you $72 million, but you get it at the end of 4 years. If you decide, give me the $58 million, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Now, you may think, hey, I could turn that $58 million into $100 million over the 2-year span instead of waiting for the, whatever it is, the $14 million. But you'd be taking a risk. Give me the guaranteed $72 million every time. Guaranteed. I said the OKC offer is better. He can make $15 million over the next 2 years, and then he would have $88 million. What if he tears his ACL? What if his Achilles pops? What if he picks up the mysterious Porzingis virus? You take the guaranteed money because it's guaranteed. You are a professional athlete. There is no guarantee that you will be healthy ever. SGA steps back for a 3. You take the guaranteed money. Guaranteed. All of that stuff could happen. And he would have the $72 million still coming to him. He can get hurt with OKC and then he'd be like, yeah, we're not going to pick up that team option, Hartenstein. Let's renegotiate the deal if you want to come back. Naz Reid answers back with a 3 of his own. Yes, sir. I love to see it. They're keeping it at 28. Get to 30. I said, yeah, he was betting on himself. Quicker is better. Quicker is definitely not better. Give me the guaranteed money, especially as a professional athlete. Like I said, you are a professional athlete. You are not working behind a desk. You are not in real estate. Your career could be over tomorrow. You never know. Yeah, I said last 2 games against the Pacers, 2 total points, and the Pacers had 65 points in the paint both games. 2 total points? 2 total points for what, Yak? What do you mean? I said also way less state tax and no city tax. I am a smart guy. I am right and you are wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. And like I said, if it was about the money, then you would go to the place where you have more opportunity to make more money, which is New York. As SGA knocks down both free throws. I said taxes. I pay too much tax here, and believe me, I ain't making Hartenstein money. I would leave too. Most of these guys don't live in New York, brother. Most of these guys live in Jersey for less tax. It's still a high tax, but it's not nearly the same as it is in New York. AB said, I want the shore money. Exactly. Exactly. Hartenstein swings out. The rookie AJ Mitchell with 3 can't get it to go. I don't know if playing the rookie is the answer to the Timberwolves playing their rookie. Alexander Walker draws a foul and an and one over Hartenstein. Love to see it. I love to see it. Just that, so they pay taxes by the amount of days they are placed, basically. Yeah, I did read that thing about how weird the taxes are in the NBA. Because of how constantly they're on the road and whatnot. AB said, I don't know about the taxes. The rich guys get the write-offs anyway. Yeah. I'm pretty sure NBA players can write off their houses as expenses to their careers if they have like indoor gyms and whatnot as necessities to do their job. Yak said, work in the city, pay city taxes, but we're talking about we're not talking about income tax. We're talking about property tax. Justice's dad said 365 accountants will make sure they get the edge. Yeah. Yeah. I think us regular people who have to pay tax worry too much about rich people paying the tax because those guys don't pay the tax. They don't pay taxes, guys. You guys, us, we pay taxes. Those guys don't pay taxes. McDaniel fighting for it. He gets it back, and he gets fouled by Lou Dort. And now's the opportunity to go up 30 here. I don't know about the taxes thing, guys. I'm no accountant. I'm no money guru, income guru. I don't know how it works for NBA players. It is very complicated and very different than us normal people. But I'll tell you this. If they wanted to pay less taxes, they could very easily find a way to pay less taxes. They are very rich. Jay Hazy said, Minnesota getting a home boost. Hopefully the Knicks can get the boost in Indiana. Yeah, man, that's the difference in these 2 series. And both these 2 teams going down 0-2. Minnesota goes down 0-2, but they're going back home for Game 3 and Game 4. The Knicks go down 0-2, but they're going to Indiana for Game 3 and Game 4. Way different vibes. Way different vibes. Holmgren's going to fire 3. He can't get it to go. Edwards rips down a rebound. By the way, they extended this lead to 30 with Anthony Edwards on the bench. Anthony Edwards goes to the bench with a 20-point lead. And he comes back out to a 30-point lead. That's not what you want if you're OKC. But they might be ready to have this game go as Edwards steps back for a midi. Yeah, because most players in the city don't own their rent. Not necessarily. Not if most players rent. You're right. Most players rent because you never know when you're going to be traded. But Brunson, I'm sure, owns a home. Randall owned a home in New York. Maybe not New York. I don't know where Randall lived, but I'm sure he owned a home somewhere. Randall spun to the basket, got a layup. It's 34, guys. We're going to get out of here at halftime. This one's over. Hell yeah. Just as Dad said, 40% Fed, 10% agent, 6% state is the rule of thumb. I don't know how it works for NBA players, just as Dad. I'm sure somebody somewhere said that, and I'm here to tell you there's a reason why you don't publicize the way it works in the NBA and why we don't have exact answers. Number one, it's really none of our business, right? I really don't need to know how, I don't really need to know how everybody does their finances because, I don't know, I'm going to handle my finances and I hope you handle yours. But if they want to pay less taxes, they're going to find a way to pay less taxes. Yeah, except this is more than just home court. They have the size to handle OKC. I'll tell you what, though, it's not size today. This is just pure starvation from the Wolves, urgency, knowing that if they lose today, the series is over, knowing we got to put on for the fan base. They're going to come out and give us energy, and we're going to come out and give it right back to them. Anthony Edwards saying, hold on, I'm a superstar in this league. So I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to fire away. I'm going to get us going. Y'all follow my lead. And everybody so far has followed his lead. The defense is absolutely locked in. Joe fires a three. He can't get it to go. Wallace with the rebound. Gets it out to J-Dub. He's going to drive it down and gets fouled. Ishmael Cooks said, what's your profession, if you don't mind me asking? I work in construction. And then I do this. Oh. Justice's dad said property tax ineligible when you're smart with money. Yeah. Yeah. AB said difficult to buy a home in New York, not impossible. AB said, Sheffy is a full-time Knicks commentator. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we could do this full-time, but doesn't make nearly enough money to quit my day job. Randall has it up top being guarded by Joe. Gets it out to Edwards. Edwards back to Randall. J-Dub split the free throws. Randall in the lane. Puts up a floater. Gets it to go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 35, guys. It's 35. SGA almost loses it. J-Dub fires a three and he splashes it. That's that NBA players are such a small percentage of the national population, it's very difficult to judge. There's like 450 of them. And then when you look at the contracts, those making over $15 million a season is like, I don't even know what the number is. Significantly less, I'll tell you that. Edwards knocks down another mid-range jumper. He's got 20 so far, 8 for 11 from the field, and 8 rebounds. Alexander takes it over to Isaiah Joe, gets it into Holmgren, who gets fouled. 34-point game. 50 seconds to go. Justice's dad said Randall looks so good. He does. He does. This is the Julius Randle we love to see, for sure. Yak said, look like a finished carpenter, crown, cabinets, trim. Yeah, we do a little bit of everything. We do some of those. It's really just me and my dad. I work for my dad's company, and most of the time we just work together. Like today, we did a small job where we put in a fence for a family friend. But yeah, do a little bit of everything. AP said, so far the Wolves are winning the trade. Yeah, the Knicks have to respond tomorrow to get back into the who won the trade conversation. Because so far, it's Minnesota takes a small step up yet today. Randall gets fouled and he knocks down a free throw. Justice's dad said, what's the difference between Edwards and a young Kobe? Close to ponder. Kobe was a more fluid athlete. Edwards is a more explosive athlete. Edwards is a much better perimeter shooter earlier in his career. Kobe was a much better slasher. He was a more fluid athlete. He had more wiggle to him, more flexibility. As SGA turns it over. AB said, does your dad know about your other skill? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He knows about it because usually we used to watch Knicks games together. And now because I do this, I had to tell him, Mom, can't watch Knicks games together, big dog. Because I got other people to watch it with, unfortunately. But now he gets it. He understands. He's old. He falls asleep during games. So he gets it. Like, yeah, all right. Randall has it up top. They swing it out to Alexander Walker. He's going to look to attack. Down the lane. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Gobert had it. Lost it. SGA picks it up. He's going to heave three-quarters court. That's going to be the end of the first half and probably the end of the stream, y'all. Probably the end of the stream. Mark Avis said, look at that scoreboard. What happened? Anthony Edwards took over, got the game started early, and then everyone else followed suit. Have you said anyone remember when Kobe was coming off the bench? Yeah, man, he came off the bench for like 2 years, didn't he? Nobody likes to remember that. Nobody likes to remember that. You ask some people, Kobe Bryant came into the league, was immediately like an MVP candidate. It's like, whoa. That's not the arc of Kobe's career at all. He had a very, very natural upcoming, very normal upcoming of being a young guy, not getting the minutes, coming off the bench, getting the starting lineup, after finally getting some minutes, proving he was a real dude, and then gradually becoming a star. Yak said, I was flipping houses before I came off a 35-foot roof, building my dream home, North Fork, Long Island, third house from the water. That's awesome. Are you good, Yak? You fell off a 35-foot roof, dog? What? I was going to say, I don't think I've ever been that high up, but I have. I 1,000% have. I've been up on roofs many times. I don't know why I felt that. He said, glad Ant finally stepped up and stopped letting himself be bullied off the ball. Yeah, absolutely. Namar, what's up, Namar? Knicks will win tomorrow. I promise you guys. I hope so, man. I hope so. I said, Kobe worked in worked in slowly, and he's an all-time great, but not the GOAT. Yeah, he's up there. He's somewhere around 10, somewhere in that 10 range. Some people are gonna have him as high as like 6 to 7. Some people are gonna have him as low as like 12 and 13. Like he's in that range. He's in that range. He's amongst those people for sure. Jelana, what's up, Jelana? D. Grand said, if Yao Ming had stayed healthy, he probably would have been a top 10 scorer. Maybe, but it's hard to live in a world of Yao Ming being healthy when you're 7'6". Like it is not natural to be a basketball player and move the way basketball players are asked to move and be 7'6". Noir said, thoughts on the Mets win? I'm a very casual baseball fan, so all I can tell you about the Mets is that I know Juan Soto is struggling. That's all I know about the Mets. But I'm happy they're doing well. As you can see, I lean more towards the Yankees, but I'm very casual. I don't hate the Mets. I don't necessarily root for them, but I don't hate to see them do well. Justice's dad said, Yanks had 10 in the fifth. I did hear a little bit of that on the radio on my drive home. Did hear a little bit of that, how they were dominating. Probably was the fifth, because the commentators on the radio and the fan were like, and here comes Goldschmidt yet again. And I was like, again? The same inning? Are we? What? Just that said, Mets will be fine. Pete killed Bobby Euchre, though. I mean, I think they will be fine. I think Juan Soto will eventually turn it around, but you know. I said MJ, Larry, Oscar Robinson, Magic, then the centers Kareem, Will, Bill Russell, Shaq, Key, Moses Malone, Kobe in the next group that contains Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. Yeah, and I know you have that weird LeBron thing, Kinohara, but LeBron's in there too. He's above Kobe too. I know you don't like him, but facts are facts. Objectively, he is he's in the top 3 that can't be touched. It's Jordan, LeBron, and Russell. Not Russell. Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem, and whatever order you want to put those guys in, and then it's everybody else. Yak said wet plywood, and it started raining and packing up on peak, looking at Connecticut. Oh my god! If I even thought that there was going to be a drizzle, I'm off that roof, Yak. I'm off the roof. I don't like heights to begin with, and so the thought of being up there in rainy conditions, a no from me, big dog. It's a no from me. D. Grant said, I cannot get into this Yankees team. Aaron Judge seems like a selfish player to me. I could be wrong, but not like Jeter for sure, who is a team player. How can you be a selfish baseball player? He's arguably the best baseball player in the league, right? It's him. It's, what's his name? Otani. How can you be a selfish baseball player? X said, that contract will be even worse in 7 years, $400 million left. Oh, the Soto deal? Yeah. I didn't think it was a good look when Juan Soto showed up to the Mets press conference with that big old belly he had. Like, whoa, I know you don't have to be in the greatest of shape for baseball, but like, brother, you just signed a $750 million deal. What are you doing showing up out of shape like that? Like, you should be like, cool, it's go time, let's do it. Then he was like, cool, I got my money, I'm gonna eat myself. I'm gonna eat myself out of shape. Because that's a judge is the definition of a team player, believe me. Yeah, him being called the selfish player is the first time I've ever heard anybody say that about him. It threw me off for a little bit. I said Otani and Babe Ruth in a class by themselves. Hard to argue. Hard to argue. Like I said, I'm a very casual baseball fan. take anything I say about baseball with a grain of salt. Ron said, I think SGA is going to heat up. If they drop 10 to 23s in the third quarter, they'll be caught up. If they're down 31, can they come back? Sure. Will they come back? Probably not. Yak said, horrible. Don't know what I didn't break, including spinal cord. It is what it is. Oh my goodness, Yak. Oh my goodness, brother. I'm happy you're doing well, though. I'm happy you're still around, being able to watch these Knicks. Now it makes me feel even worse that the Knicks have done this to you. The Knicks are forcing you. By the way, do you see how broken my chair is? My chair is absolutely destroyed. Look at this. This is the chair straight up. That's how broken the chair is. It's not straight. It's supposed to be all the way up here. This chair is only like 3 or 4 years old. Bad. It's bad. I can't even lay back. If I lay back in my chair, I'm all the way back here. This is it in upright position. This is not it leaned back. You know, you can lean back in your chairs. This is it in upright situation. I have it locked. If I lean back into it, this is me leaned into my chair all the way down here. This is not the way it's supposed to be. This is not the way it's supposed to be. Oh my goodness, I'm like laying down in my bed. That's how far back I am. I'm also leaning to the side. This is not normal. This is not a normal chair. I'm waiting for me to fall back and break the chair on stream. That's why I'm keeping it around. This is not normal. This is not a normal way for a chair to be situated. That's how broken my chair is. It's actually worse than I remember it being. And I've taken it apart. There's nothing to do. There's no way to fix it. It's just breaking. It's just going to break. It's just gone. AP said, nice chair. It's going to break any day now. D. Grant said, well, it's the characteristics I'm looking at with Judge. But if you look at Jeter's career, he always talks the team first. Him second. That seemed to be the difference with me. I can't tell you the difference. I don't watch Aaron Judge interviews and press conferences and whatnot, so I can't tell you. I can't have a real opinion on that, but AP said that's Tom Thibodeau's chair. No, not Tom Thibodeau's chair. You know, I said, I'll get one used on Facebook Marketplace. I did myself. No, I don't want to do that. I think I'm just going to invest in a nice chair at some point when this chair eventually breaks. Because I use my chair too much. I work on the computer too much. So I should have a really good, really comfortable chair. Maybe I'll look on Marketplace for like a really good chair that's maybe slightly used, like a Herman Miller chair or something, but I don't know. You know, I said that's the chair Tibbs threw out. I should go to the Knick game with the chair and throw the chair onto the court. Bobby Knight style. Just flip it onto the court. Namar said, thoughts on Pete Alonso making it hard on the Mets to give a huge contract? If I can't tell you much about the Yankees, I surely can't tell you much about the intricacies of Pete Alonso's contract with the Mets. I'm sorry, Namar. I'm sorry. AP said my Josh Hart jersey arrived in the mail today. Just in time, AP, for him to play some of his worst basketball of the season the other night. Just in time for him to throw up a stinker last night. You know, I said, see my other comment then. Go to Design Within Reach outlet. I have a Herman Miller. Design Within Reach? I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now, Kinahara. I said my favorite two chairs are the Herman Miller M-Body and the Herman Miller Aeron. Yeah, I've heard the Aeron's really, really good. Maybe said I ordered it last month. Yeah, when he was playing awesome basketball last month. It's just unfortunate it came now with him playing some of his worst basketball of the year. It sucks. I said they are too expensive at the regular stores. Yeah, that's why I've never even considered it, I've never considered getting a Herman Miller, despite that, it's the best chair. It's the best chair. Let me look it up. They have a Herman Miller molded plywood lounge chair for $1,200. $1,200. You can't see me because I'm in the way. $1,200 for this. I could make this. I could just look up the specs on this and make it. $1,200 for this? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Jeez Louise. Russell Field, what's up, Russell? Mike, what's up, Mike? Russell Field said Knicks beat Boston on the road and lost at home. Hopefully the trend continues. Hopefully. Mike said the Knicks lost 2 games. They basically... Where'd it go? They lost 2 games. They absolutely should not have lost. Yeah, I know, man. I know, it sucks. It just sucks. Really no two ways about it. It just sucks. If you said, I got the Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Rick Brunson, 95 Ewing authentic. 2 Amari Stoudemire signed whites. Damn, AP, you got money like that? Those jerseys are not cheap, brother. Those jerseys are not cheap. The Herman Miller Aeron chair is still $1,000 on you, brother. Yeah, I'm probably just going to get up on the marketplace. If I do, get a Miller, a Herman Miller. Russell Field said, Game 1 was a fluke, got to shake it off. OG drive shooters need to be ready. Yeah, that was the mentality going into Game 2, and they still lost it, so. Still lost it. I go to eBay. Find some Herman Miller chairs on eBay, brother. Are we back in? We're back in. Chuck Collins said Forsberg getting fat. Come on, brother. I said I like Facebook Market better because they will cost a shit. Yeah. I don't have Facebook anymore. So in order to use Facebook Marketplace, I got to use it through a buddy's account, and I don't really want to do that to him. But every time Facebook Marketplace is probably the best place to go to it for stuff like that. But yeah. McDaniels an offensive rebound. Man. Does Edwards and Gobert turn it over? We might be out of here early. And not might. We're going to be out of here early. As SJ steps back for three, and he knocks it down. I guess I'll give the Thunder a small chance to come back here. A small one. I said I got a like-new Aeron a few years ago for $650, but I didn't like it as much as the Embody, so I got an Embody for $700 and sold the Aeron to a friend. Okay. That's good to know, Kinar. Appreciate that. That's still, even though that's a huge deal for Herman Miller chairs, that's still a little more than I want to spend for a computer chair. Even though it's probably worth it. Randall goes all the way to the basket. Thank you, Julius. 46-74. It's only a 28-point game. Shot Caller said tomorrow will be a Knicks night. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I want to believe that. I really do, man. Nick Yak said, thanks. 19 years went by, but guess that's why I'm a grouchy MF. My chair's got wheels. Now, I actually think you're in great spirits about everything, Yak, because I always feel like it's me and you, not just me and you, obviously a lot of us in the chat, trying to spread the positivity and the good message about the Knicks. I appreciate you, Yak. And I hope you're doing well. It's been 19 years. I said chairs are important. They are very important, right? It's kind of like your mattress, your bed. Like, spend the extra money for a good bed, as Holmgren gets an and one layup over Randall. Spend the extra money for your bed, for your mattress. You're going to sleep on that thing every night. So spend the extra money up for it. Get a really good mattress. And I should probably invest in a really good chair, because I sit in my chair almost every night working on the computer. Yak said, Yankees, 21 hits, 11 runs, tearing it up. Yeah, they are playing the worst team in baseball. They should do that. But also, no one's going to care what the Yankees do in May and August. It's all about October. Randall against J-Dub. Takes it out to McDaniels. Backing down SGA. All the way baseline jumper. Can't get it to go. J-Dub with the long rebound. It is a 25-point game. Get it over to Dort. Transition three. Flashes it. 22. 22, guys. Now all of a sudden it's within reach. I said yes, and I spent several days, 45 minutes each laying in a mattress to get the perfect one. Absolutely worth it, Kinar. It is absolutely worth it to do it. One of the best advices you can get is to invest in your mattress. You need a good night's sleep every night. I make sure it is part of my sign-off. It is part of my sign-off. For a reason. Getting a good night's sleep is so important. So important. Namar said, try IKEA to get good chairs from there. No, I'm good. I'm good on IKEA chairs. IKEA is good for other stuff. I don't know if I want a chair from IKEA. Justice's dad said, Knicks win the championship, I'll buy you a Hermes chair. That's a lot of pressure on the Knicks, man. Because those chairs are not cheap, brother. Those chairs are not cheap. Justice's dad said, Dort's release is so pure. It's crazy how far he's come in his jump shooting. That man was not a good jump shooter. He was Josh Hart. You would leave Lou Dort wide open from three. And he put in the work. to get to a point where he is not just a respectable three-point shooter. That man can be a deadly three-point shooter. When he's wide open from three, I feel like it's going in. If you said, let's see if the Wolves are going to get the same press the Knicks got if they blow this lead. I mean, blowing a 30-point lead would be insane. That'd be insane. I said I got a Nature-Pedic latex between extra and ultra firm. I'm super happy with it. I don't even remember what mattress I got. I've had the same mattress for like 10, 12 years now. I know that's like right around the time where it's like, okay, you got to get a new mattress. But when I tell you, when I go lay down in my bed, I pass out. I don't do that in other beds. Only mine. I may never get rid of this mattress. It's not even like a very fancy mattress at all. It's like a very plain mattress, but it's like the right firmness that I need. It's not super firm, but it's not super soft. It's like the perfect in between that I need. Namar said my dad mostly gets chairs from Amazon. I don't know where I got this chair from. This chair was a gift. I'm sure it was like, I don't know, just from a chair store or something. And it's lasted me. It's been 3-4 years with it, and I beat it up. I do lay back in it, put a lot of pressure on it over the years. I've moved it around and whatnot, but it is definitely time to go. Definitely time to go. It's not normal. My back actually hurts after sitting in the chair for a while because it has no back support anymore. The back support is gone. So, Mark Haven said, comeback incoming. This has been the playoffs of comebacks. I mean, the NBA is just full of comebacks. As McDaniels knocks down a three to answer. They knock down a three to answer. SGA has it up top, dancing with it, puts up a floater, comes up short, fight for the loose ball, off of SGA. I said, yes, getting firmness right is mostly what I do with auditioning. Turns out I wanted almost the firmest category, but not the very firmest. Yeah, it's really important. You got to test it out. You have to go test it out. It's not something you can just wing. Not just be like, maybe this one. Not going to work. Conley's dancing with it, tries to put it above glass, can't get it to go. Quick outlet to J-Dub, going to bring it down. Cross-court pass to Joe. Over to Dort. Dort's going to fire. No hesitation from Dort. He can't get it to go, though. Edwards with the rebound. They get this back up to 30. We're going to get out of here. But I'm just going to give OKC the benefit of the doubt. They're a really good team. And they pull off the impossible and have a 30-point comeback. 35-point comeback. I think 35 was the largest lead. Edwards dancing with it against Isaiah Joe. Edwards coming to his left. They bring a double team. He still blows by him. Goes to the reverse layup. My goodness, Anthony Edwards. My goodness, back up to 27 here. Isaiah Joe misses a three. I said we should super chat you a chair. I should put the chair fund up. Edwards cuts to the basket. Gets blocked, but Gobert right there for the offensive rebound and put back. And it's back up to 29. All right, this one's over. This one's over. Something I really want to do is I want to do a charity stream. I want to pick a charity. And J-Dub, offensive foul. I want to pick a charity and do a charity stream. Because you guys know I don't ever ask for money from you guys to, donate to me. Doing that always makes... I never felt like that's a thing you should rely upon is for your community to just give you money and you not give them anything in return. Yes, this is free content. But this has always been free content, and it'll always be free content. But, so I'm not asking for super chats. I never will. I appreciate them, don't get me wrong, but Edwards fires a three. Oh, yeah, it's over. Oh, yeah, it's over. Anthony Edwards with the pull-up three. Hell yeah, back up to 32. Hell yeah, Ant. Hell yeah. But I do want to do a charity stream, and that will be the kind of time where I ask for money. Not for me, but for charity. I also, this will just be between us. Us, how many people we have? 36? Us, 36 people. I'm working on building the merch store. It'll be very simple stuff. It'll be a shirt with a logo. It'll be like a sweater and a hoodie with a logo. Maybe like a mug or something. I don't know. I'm working on it. That should be coming out soon. And when the merch store is up, I will have I will change the channel membership tiers. I'll add in a second tier. Randall gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line of 2 free throws. I will change some membership tiers. And so membership 1 will remain the same. $2 for just support. But I'll add a second tier, a higher tier, where you can get discounts, where if you're a part of the tier, you can get discounts to the store for the merch. But you could also, I'm also working on building a Discord, so we can talk sports. There will be a sports channel where we can go in and talk about it all day, and with games going on across the sports world, not just basketball, not just the Knicks, but for everything. And that will also be involved in the second tier. So the second tier, it'll probably be like $5 a month or something. Is probably what I'll make it, right? $2 for the support tier, and then $5 for the extra stuff of like getting access to the Discord and also getting discounted merch. But I'm working on it. I'll build the merch store. I'm working on building the merch store now. It's on its way. And then I'll do the Discord. And then when that's all done, the membership tiers will change. Obviously, this will all likely to happen over the summer before we start the next year. We'll go into the next year with more of a mindset of being able to do more things together. Yak said, Dolan offered to go partners with Oakley in the Garden Restaurant. Haven't heard a word since about months ago. The person in that beef and rivalry that's in the wrong is not James Dolan. And you can see from there, he's extended an olive branch. But Charles Oakley is too proud and too much of a jerk to ever go the other way. And McDaniels knocks down another 3. And I'm going to sign it off there, man. AP said, did you do off-season summer shows last year? Last year, no. The only off-season show we did, I believe, was just the draft. But the plan this off-season, AP, is to go live for old school watch-alongs. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But I'm going to go live for old school watch-alongs. I'm going to look for full games of old school basketball, whether it's from the 2010s to the 2000s to the 90s to the 80s and as far back as we can go, and try to find full games just so we can hang out. We can watch some old school basketball. Would love to do that. And then we'll also sneak in Knicks content where we can, and we'll obviously talk about the Knicks during the live streams, but I'll sneak in Knicks content in terms of videos. There's other videos I want to work on, like video essays that I've been writing in the background. So I have a lot of ideas I want to do. The issue is time. The issue is always time. It's a one-man band here. You know, if there's a video essay that I want to work on, I have to write the script, I have to record it, I have to do the voiceover, I have to edit it. You know, so it's like, all right, sure, I can do all of that. But in the meantime of doing that, I'm working the day job as Gobert blocks J-Dub. This thing's over, guys. This thing's over. It's 36. Largest lead of the game. But Edwards draws an offensive foul, or commits an offensive foul. You know, like I want to make the videos, but I have to do all that work myself. Plus, I'm doing the live streams. Plus, I'm working the day job. Plus, I'm working on building merch store. Plus, I'm working on building a Discord. Plus, I want to change the membership tiers. Like, if there's, you know. Plus, I'm planning out content for the summer in terms of like, okay, what are the videos you want? Like short-term videos the YouTube shorts I was editing for a while. Part of the reason why I stopped doing some of the YouTube shorts as frequently as I was doing it before, I was doing it almost after every game. And part of the reason why I slowed down and then eventually stopped doing them was like it just got really difficult. Like time, like there's just not enough time. So I have been looking. I hit up a couple of friends like, hey, you want to help out? Like I could use your help in these departments, like editing or just, being an editor for a script I write. Like I could send it to you and you could look it over and read it over and tell me what you think, and then we could edit it and stuff like that. And like nobody wants to be involved. Nobody wants to be involved. They're like, how much are you gonna pay me? I'm like, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to help out. Like I'm not getting paid either, brother. Not getting paid either. Like the whole idea is to get it on the ground floor, and then eventually when this thing takes off and it starts making money, I could pay you based off of how much money we make together. But nobody wants to be involved unless they know they're getting something monetarily out of it. Nobody wants to get involved, and so I'm forced to step out of like my circle and start hitting up people that I don't know and like, hey, like, can you provide this service? And it's like, all right, now this is a business transaction instead of it being a friendly transaction. Instead of it being a partnership, now it's a business transaction. Maybe you said your friends are Isaiah Hartenstein and you. Well, they're busy too. They're busy. And they're not as passionate about content creation as I am. I went to school for production. I went to school for live production. When I graduated, it was in the middle of COVID. And so there weren't a whole lot of people looking to hire people. And so part of the reason why I started this was just like, all right, well, let me work on it. I'll brush up some skills. We'll have fun. We'll do, and then all of a sudden people started watching and it's like, oh, all right, let's try this. So, but they're not, they like sports, but they're not passionate about the content creation side of it. So it's like, all right, I'm just going to have to step out of my circle then. Don't come asking to be a part of it when all of a sudden it's rolling and it's making money. Don't come asking being a part of it. I already told them that I asked you. If you don't want it in now, you're not getting in later. Maybe said that's why you're good on the microphone. I think it's just practice, though. Like, this is year 3 of doing it, AP. This is year 3 of doing it. I think it's just practice. Because you can go back and sort by oldest live stream, and I was not good on the mic. I remember those days of, like, struggling to find things to talk about, struggling to say things. There were a ton of awkward silences where you're like, and find something else to talk about. And also another thing that makes it easy to talk is like you guys in the chat. If I ever run out of things to say, I look over and read the chat and I'm like, let me respond to this now, So if I ever run out of things, I can just look at you guys and we can have a conversation. As opposed to like the earlier days where it was like 5 people in chat or 5 people in the stream and maybe 1 person participating in the chat. Like, oh, if that person doesn't send in another chat, I'm just going to have to make things up and filibuster. And I would be sitting down doing Knicks games. And so I'm sitting here for 2.5 hours, essentially talking to myself and having to find things to talk about. So I think that's why I kind of starting to get good at it. I don't know if I'd say I'm good at it now. Russell Field said, you're a good commentator, great stats, and you're not drunk. I enjoy. I think some people would enjoy me more if I were drunk. But I got to get up in the morning, so I can't do that. Lou Dort had the rebound, the offensive rebound, but he gets it knocked out of his hands. This game's over. I don't know why we're paying attention. This game's over. It is 94. Let me get the score right. 94 to 56. Oh, it's 38. Edwards, get it to 40. Get it to 40. Up top to Alexander Walker. Get it to 40. Alexander Walker, dribble pull of 3. Get it to 40. He got it to 41, baby. All right, we can get out of here. It's 41 point. It's a 41-point game. It's a shellacking. AP said, you got to call Tom Thibodeau. He might get out of a job if he loses this series. Yeah, he might be a featured halftime guest. When he's ever not a part of the Knicks organization, he's gonna have to come be a part of the Sheffy show. Justice's dad said, let's see this tomorrow. Justice's dad said, I just comment ideas and hope you run with it. And I appreciate it. Because sometimes I need an idea. I need to run off with an idea. Edwards to pull up three. Oh, he's feeling it, baby. I love it. Edwards. Hartenstein, that little floater. And he misses it. I love missed free throws from Hartenstein. Or missed floaters, my bad. I do love missed free throws from Hartenstein. But I love missed floaters, too. I love it. Naz Reid fires a three. Oof, that would have went down. Oof, that would have went down. Guys, it is a 41-point game. 41-point game. And OKC is waving the white flag. And I think I'm going to wave the white flag on the night, too, y'all. I'm going to wave the white flag on the night, too. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and enjoying my rambling. AP said, these boys better show up tomorrow. Look at that score. The Knicks don't have this in them. They don't have this in them. I'll believe it when I see it. I didn't believe they had the Boston blowout in them. And then they got it. Right? So, show me you can blow out Indiana tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, as usual. Knicks season on the line, y'all. Knicks season on the line. Obviously, if you go down 0-3, no team has ever come back from that. So, very unlikely they'd be able to do it against an Indiana team that has proven to be more resilient than them. It's crazy because the Knicks' best trait all playoffs long was their resiliency. So, they are actually being outdone by the thing that they are best at by another team. So, we're going to have to see how they show up tomorrow. We're just going to have to see it. We're going to have to tune in. Season on the line at Indiana tomorrow at 8 p.m. as usual on TNT with Reggie Miller on the call. Edwards, another pull-up. He can't get it to go. He can't get out the Devo, though, with a wide-open three on the offensive rebound. He gets it to go. I love it. Yak said, don't give up on the Knicks. I'm not giving up. They're going to win 2 in Indiana. That's my mindset, right? But I'll believe that they'll blow out the Pacers when I see it. But my mindset is they're going to win 2 in Indiana. Edwards knocks down a fall-away mid-range jumper. He's feeling it, baby. He is feeling it. I love it. What does Edwards end the night with? He's likely coming out now. I mean, maybe he stays in, but... Edwards is at 30. He's only at 30. But everyone's gone in on the action. 19 for Randall, 10 for Alexander Walker, 10 for Naz Reid, 6 for DiVincenzo, 10 for McDaniels. Not anything crazy. Just not anything crazy. SGA had 14 points tonight. You love to see it, y'all. You love to see it. Is that score right, DJ Punchy? That score is correct. But that's going to be it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. AP, Namar, Justice's dad, Kay Hazy, Nick Yak, Kinahara. Appreciate y'all. Very much so. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8. We'll be back tomorrow at 8. But until then, remember, get a good night's sleep, like we talked about. Stay hydrated and brush your teeth before bed because y'all be having some sticky breath. I know you do. And until tomorrow, I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out, y'all. Bye.